Hello, my name's James Bogue. This is the Yoga Top 40. What is this Yoga Top 40 all about? So, yoga is the practical school of Indian philosophy. It's about cultivating balance, harmony, skillfulness, integration in the grounded reality of a human life. Yoga has been time-tested, thoroughly proven over thousands of years. By the time what we might call now the classic teachings of yoga were set down in these amazing texts, like the Yoga Sutra, which is ultra distilled. This sutra form, sutra means stitch. It's like a tiny stitch holds a vast body of fabric. These sutras, which are ultra distilled, it's like a little formula, but it then holds the key to so much teaching. This amazing text is, scholars agree, at least around 2,000 years old. Similar for the Bhagavad Gita. It's another amazing text of the yoga tradition, which is in the form of a dialogue, a conversation. And this reminds us that yoga practice is a conversation with life. It's all about the way we relate to ourselves and the other, in the broadest sense of the word, other people, our environment, all the things that we do and engage with. This is the arena for yoga practice. And yoga practice is about recognizing all of who we are, remembering, bringing all the members of our being back into wholeness and cohesion. So what does this top 40 countdown have to do with yoga? So the idea is basically, when I started to get into yoga, I was very fortunate that I met a teacher called Larry, who was a direct student of two great Indian teachers, masters last century. And when Larry spoke about the traditional teachings that I just had read a little bit about them in translation, they just came so alive. And I was teaching English at a university at that time, and occasionally I would use poems with my students for various reasons. I like poetry, so if there was a chance to use poetry to illustrate something in class, I might do that. And in some courses, poetry was part of the curriculum. And some of the poems I noticed, wow, this is full of yoga. Like the message of the poem seemed to me like a yogic message. And I also noticed that many pop songs also seem to convey something of a yogic message. And so I've had this idea for a long, long time to use pop song titles as platforms to speak about practical yoga philosophy and its application in our day-to-day life. So this is what the Yoga Top 40 is all about. I will take a song title and use that as a platform to speak about practical yoga philosophy. The criteria to be included in this top 40 is it has to be a song, not necessarily a single. So it has to be a real song, and it has to be a song that I could bear to listen to, or at least I used to be able, or I enjoyed listening to at one stage in my life. Ideally, it's a song that has moved me in some way, even if it was when I was a kid. And that's about it. And obviously that I can then relate it to yoga. So the first entry on the chart is up right after this, and then I will continue to post an entry into these 40 songs as the weeks and months go by. So I hope this is enjoyable and useful and gives an introduction and some practical understandings or insights into how yoga relates and can support, how yoga relates to everything we do in life, and how yoga can support all aspects of life.